So we are here for the WNIT bracket. So we're gonna run through this quick. Every game, I'm gonna try to shoot every game here. I'm gonna try to shoot every game in the WNIT here that I can. Unless there's a Big Ten team, that'll be at home. That'll be on Big Ten Network. FS1, FS2. Maybe I should be able to show you then. But if it's on Big Ten Network Plus, I will not be able to show you. Maybe if it's on Peacock, I might be able to show you, but I don't know. I don't want to get covered if it's on Peacock Plus. But then the summer league games, the summer league teams at home, and if it's I don't have mid-coast sports, or if I cannot show you, if I don't have mid-coast sports, if it's summer league has a deal with CBS Sports Network, if it's on CBS Sports Network as part of their deal with the summer league, well then if it's on like mid-coast sports network or the summer league network, I will show you. I'll not be able to show you it. If it's on for hoops or CA games at home. So that's on Big East or CA at home. That'll be on for hoops. If the CA games, CA Sports Network for there, yeah. If it's on there, I'll show you it. If it's on if it's on for hoops, and same if the Big East and FS1, FS2, I'll show you. But if it's on CBS, if it's on or CBS Sports Network in KCA, if it's on for hoops, I won't show you. Mountain West, if they're home, I'll show you because it's on the Mountain West network. If it's on streaming, and then every other conference is on ESPN Plus. Let's take a look quick at the bracket. Here we have. I'm gonna take a look very quickly at it. I'm gonna show you every game here. I'm gonna show you every game here in the WBIT and because it's on ESPN Plus and every on the 21st on Thursday, and I'll be able to show you every game from the WNIT. If there's a day where it's the WNIT overlaps with the NCAA tournament, I'm not gonna show you it then. However, if there's a day where it doesn't overlap with the NCAA tournament, I'll definitely show Whipborough. I mean, unless it's like the first four, then I will. But otherwise, I will not show you unless if it overlaps with NCAA games. We have Minnesota has the bye in the second round, and they take on the winner of Cal Poly. Pacific hosting, and that's at 21st Thursday at 9 Eastern. And my teams are not guaranteed to host second round. Home team is in both, as you see. So Pacific 18-14, Cal Poly at 17-13. Montana 22-9. Home against Bay State 21-13. Montana the Big Sky. Bay State of the Big Mountain West. And they're hosting the winners taking on North Dakota State out of the Summit. UTSA out of the American taking on Northern Colorado 15-15 out of the Big Sky. And UTSA is out of the American. That's on Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. Wyoming is at home. Wyoming does get the bye. Northern Arizona, the Big Sky gets the bye. They're taking either South Dakota or the Summit, which has fallen off a little bit since a couple years ago. Not last year, but the year before that. Don Plitz took South Dakota to the Sweet 16, and she bolted for West Virginia. Took them to good heights, and then they found a new coach, which is still doing pretty well in there. So we'll see if she can stick with Minnesota. Maybe if they if she moves on to be a better team, maybe. So we'll see here. But South Dakota's at home against the Summit 21-12. The two series at 18-13 on Friday at Eastern. Thursday at 7 Eastern. We have FIU and Step 20-11 and Stetson 17-14 on the 21st. That's at 7 Eastern. FIU have Conference USA. Or no, yeah, FIU's have Conference USA. And Stetson of the Eastern. And Troy and the Sunbelt 19 is who their winner is going to play. NCANT is at home. They're 20-11. UNC Greensboro is 21-11 out of the SoCon. That's on Friday at 7 Eastern. Wednesday at 7 Eastern. Southern Miss 18-13 on the Sunbelt. against UAB 18-13 of the American. That's on Wednesday at 7 Eastern. Winner takes on Murray State 2011 of the Missouri Valley. Winner takes on, in this final matchup in the left side, takes on Louisiana Monroe 19-13 of the Sun Belt. Roberts 21-10 at home against Grambling of the Big, or Roberts 21-10 of the Summit. They're taking on Grambling State 22-9 of the SWAC. That's on Thursday at Eastern. On the right side of the bracket, we have Colgate 18-13 out of the Patriot. They're hosting Albany 25-6 out of the America East. That's on Thursday at 6 Eastern. Winner takes on Providence. Niagara Limon. That's on Friday at 7 Eastern. Winner takes on Vermont. Niagara 20-13 out of the Mid-Atlantic Athletic Conference. Limon 18-13 out of the NEC. That's their first season ever in Division 1. And for them, to be battling for a possible championship, even though it's in the third tier tournament, the WNIT, it's still awesome, some of these players, signed on as D2 commits. Maybe they knew they wanted to build something special at the D1 level, but maybe, some of these commits didn't even know them. We're going to move up to D1, especially these seniors. So for them to be saying, we're D1 players is pretty impressive. Pretty cool, too. We have Duquesne 20-12. They're taking on Buffalo, the winner of, and that's of the A10, NAC 10. They're taking on Buffalo 19-13 out of the the Mid-American Conference. They're 19-13. And they're hosting Monmouth out of the Coastal Athletic Association. They were the Colonial Athletic Association, but they changed their name to Coastal Athletic Association. 21-9. Probably following the more teams, that are not in the Colonial region. The Northeast, North Carolina. East, like NCNT. Yeah, that's at 6 Eastern on 21st, on Thursday. The winner of Butler 14-16 in the Big East, hosting Bowling Green 16-14 out of the MAC. They're taking the Mid-American Conference. That's on Thursday at 7 Eastern. The winner takes on Purdue. Cincinnati takes on the winner of Purdue Fort Wayne 20-12 out the Horizon League. Eastern Kentucky 22-11. In the Eastern, Purdue Fort Wayne is at home. That's on Wednesday at 7 Eastern. The Northern Iowa 16-15. They're in the Missouri Valley Conference, and I'm not surprised they're in the here. They were really good. They're usually a good team. This year they just kind of struggled in non-conference. Had some injuries. They really rebounded in conference play, and got themselves to NIT. Otherwise, I could see them, maybe being in the a higher team in the WNIT or being a WBI team, sneaking as not a host, but like a away team in the WBIT if they did better in non-conference. Maybe done like 500 non-conference. Central Arkansas is 21-11 out of the ASUN, the Atlantic Sun Conference, and St. Louis is 16-18 out of the Atlantic 10. That's on the 21st, Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. Thursday at 7 Eastern, Illinois State 21-11 is going to take on the winner out of the Missouri Valley Conference. They're taking on the winner of USC Upstate 16-15. They're hosting out of the Big South, taking on Charleston 21-9 out of the Coastal Athletic Association. In Wisconsin, takes on the winner of the final matchup. Southern Indiana 24-6. This is their first season in Division, or second season. This is their second season in Division 1, and they're in a 4-year transition period where they cannot go to the NCAA tournament. They can only go to the WBIT or the WNIT. But they did not make it to the WBIT. They only made it to WNIT. So they're 24-6 out of the Ohio Valley Conference, and they're taking in UIC Flames 18-15 out of the Missouri Valley. Usually in the WNIT, there's one team from every conference. Usually one team from every conference before made it to the WNIT. There were 64 teams. It was like the NCAA's, either the 2 seed made it to the WNIT if the 1 seed won the tournament in like a 1 bid league, or maybe there was a bid stealer. So then, if to say the 2 seed was the bid stealer, and the 1 seed was literally, would make it anyways. So then the 3 seed will make it. Now, it's, the WBIT. Like there's a lot of teams, that were 1 seeds, the teams that were 1 seeds that lost their conference tournament, that are NCAA tournament eligible, they're not in the 4-year waiting period. They made it to, like Southern Indiana was the only one, but the rest of them made it to the WBIT. They lost their conference tournament as 1 seed. And then there's no team for the SEC, there's no team for the ACC. There's only 1 Big 12 team, Cincinnati, a couple Big Easts, a couple Big Twins. There's some power conference teams that are like under 500. But this is the 3rd tier tournament now. So it actually, instead before 68 and 64, is 132. So this is with even with 48 teams, there's 148. So you're picking, and then even if you include the WBI, so 8-team WBI, the Women's Basketball Invitational, is the WBI. The WBIT is the Women's Basketball Invitation Tournament. So, it's pretty interesting, It's pretty interesting. You're still picking from, basically, you're picking the 8 teams that would be in the WB, would be in if you had the same amount of teams, 68 in the NCAA tournament and 64 in the 2nd tier tournament. You'd pick now this year with the extra teams in the WBI with the WBIT, 32, and then shrinking this to 16 more teams essentially. Women's basketball postseason. So you're picking 8 that would be in the WBI. If it was last season's rules, and then you'd be picking basically 8 extra at-large bids, and then you add 8, and then so basically, the WNIT isn't as prestigious as it was. I mean, the WNIT, it hasn't always been prestigious, but I know a lot of these teams, especially I know mid-majors, like the men's NIT, is that the most prestigious thing out there? No, it's not like the men's NIT, the men's CBI, but some of these mid power conference teams, or maybe or even mid-majors, hey, we should, to prove themselves that, hey, we should belong, especially if they're high number 1 seeds or really good mid-majors that have a really good record, and be like, hey, we should have been picked. We got snubbed, especially if they're 1 seed in the NIT, be like, hey, we got snubbed from the NCAA tournament. Let's try to win this whole thing, or go really far in the NIT. Prove everyone, that we really deserve a shot. We really deserve a shot at the NCAAs. And that's what the WBIT is. Some of those teams are going to really prove that, hey, we belong and we should belong in the NCAA tournament, They go far, especially teams like TCU. Teams like these, the CBI for the men, and then they have the CIT for the men as well. Those teams that are competing in them, they might be lower mid-majors. They're above 500 mid-majors, some, from certain leagues. But, those teams are still happy to be in there. In the CIT, they're still happy to be in the CBI. All of them are. They are happy to be in it. In the tournaments. I would, as a player, Yes, I would like to be in like the better tournaments, like the one like the NIT, or the even because NIT, has is a little bit more prestigious than the CBI or the CIT. As a coach, some of these schools, and some of these players, that's like a lot of these tournaments, like the, some of these, it's good, learn building opportunity, to compete in postseason play, really get the feel of playing in like a college postseason tournament. You play in your conference tournament, but the WNBIT, the WNIT, you get that, extra playing time for one. You get the extra playing time for one. If you win, you get an extra game. And two, it's just, awesome to be able to play extra games, increase and extend your season, no matter what, whether it's like the CBI, the CIT for the men, or even the WNIT for the women, or even the WBI, you get 3 games no matter what. So you could lose all 3. It's like the first place, third place, fifth place, seventh place, they do the same games. So that's awesome too. You automatically get 3 games. You want to try to win as many as you can, and end your season off on a championship that way, or even with the WNIT, or these teams, you get extra practice, which is awesome too for these players because they get extra practices, they get extra games, and they're able to extend their season, regardless of what happened, So it's awesome, for these teams, which I like. You might be disappointed, you didn't make it to a big tournament, or even some of these teams, that are like lower mid majors, like they're making the CBI, the CIT, the WNIT. You might not have had a shot really unless you win your conference tournament. You might not have had a ton of shot at the WBIT, but you can win your conference tournament. You can win this thing, or even if you thought you might have been snubbed from them, like Northern Arizona possibly, they were snubbed, possibly snubbed from WBIT. Maybe Old Dominion was. Maybe Southern Indiana was. So some of these teams that might have been snubbed from the WNIT, they can go, or the WBIT, they can go far in the WNIT and prove, maybe why they should have been in the WBIT this year. Or some of the teams in the WBIT maybe snubbed, go far in the WBIT and prove why they should have been in NCAAs as that large. So, we'll see, So, until next time, take care. I'm just excited to cheer on my team, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. I'm excited because they play on Thursday, so I'm guessing they'll play on Sunday or Monday. I'm guessing maybe they'll play on Saturday, but I don't think so. I think they'll probably play Sunday, Monday. Maybe Tuesday. Who knows? We'll see, so until next time, take care.